Now, look, let's move on. Labor's three-day productivity roundtable, or economic roundtable, whatever the heck they're calling it now, has been, honestly, a complete dud, a complete failure. And Jim Chalmers can't even outline any immediate policies, but insists it's all about future policy development.
Well, one thing is certain, the Treasurer is coming after your super. Reforms being considered include cracking down on superannuation tax breaks for wealthy retirees, tightening family trust regulations and reducing capital gains tax concessions.
And now Chalmers is also leaving the door open for other changes. Here he was on the ABC this morning.
Well, it remains to be seen. I mean, there is a lot of policy ambition around the roundtable last week, and there's a lot of policy ambition in the government from the Prime Minister down. And our primary focus is on delivering tax reform in all of those ways we took to the election, as I keep mentioning, income tax cuts, considering road user charging, the standard deduction. These are important features of our existing tax agenda.
Well, here we go. Tax reform, tax reform, tax reform. We've heard Jim Chalmers say it over and over again, and Anthony Albanese has been speaking about this for weeks as well. Now, bear in mind, Labor would have known about this before we went to the polls. Don't forget those leaked Treasury documents said that the only way to get the budget in order is to tax people more. So there's no doubt this is buttering us up. They know what's coming. We know what's coming. And congratulations, they're now coming after your superannuation. Jim Chalmers is after baby boomers. So he's basically going to tax his way out of his spending crisis. The problem is, James, is that record government spending is fueling the issues that we have got. We've got spending at levels not seen since World War II. We're in $100 billion of debt as it is. The NDIS is the biggest culprit, and no surprises there. So this productivity roundtable has been a complete waste of time. In fact, the productivity chair, Danielle Wood, gave her verdict. She said, quote, "The roundtable outcomes are not enough to repair Australia's sluggish productivity." I mean, who would have thought?
Oh, but they've got policy ambition, Danica.
For the future,
I don't know
James.
what policy ambition is. Well,
yeah.
we hope to have policies in the future. I also love the way they talk about tax reform, because that sounds okay, right? If tax reform, that sounds kind of good, when what they actually mean is tax increases. But you should never give a socialist government the opportunity to talk about productivity, because socialists don't generate wealth.
No.
They simply take wealth from the people who have generated it, and this is where we appear to be going. I honestly believe the three-day talk fest was nothing more but warming Australians up for the idea that tax increases are inevitable.
Absolutely.
And by the time they come to announce their ambitious policies, which is code for we're going to tax you more, we'll all be, we knew this was coming, and they won't get the reaction that they otherwise would have feared.
Yeah.
So we're just being played with this.
Well, we are being played, but you know what really bothered me? The elephant in the room wasn't addressed at this roundtable, high immigration. We've now got 1,500 people coming into this country every day. Big Australia is getting bigger. It's exacerbated the housing crisis, the cost of living crisis. And the other elephant in the room they didn't address was energy. So how can Jim Chalmers get out there saying this roundtable is going to, change your life forever, when we don't even have a plan to keep the lights on in this country, and it wasn't even addressed by everyone who sat around and patted each other on the back?
I'll tell you what was addressed a lot, and Jim Chalmers talked about this ad nauseum, intergenerational inequality. This from a guy who's loading up the next generation with a mountain of debt. So how can you be concerned about intergenerational wealth inequality when at the same time it's spend, and kicking the debt can down the road for the next generation?
Exactly,
It's completely
James.
hypocritical.
Yeah.